Hello. Just a few bumps here. I have had 24 hours off here. I managed to actually blag my bit of parking. I was only supposed to park for overnight, and then the load I am collecting is not ready till later on. So the first security man said, "You can't park here if you haven't delivered." Well, I said, "Well, I have delivered." And then the second security man came and said, "Have you delivered?" I said, "Yes, I have delivered." So I managed to blag my 24 off. So now we are heading up to Oslo. So let's get a move on. Now I could have gone out the other way up the national road, but I've come out this way back onto the motorway, because this place here on the left is where we'll have to call in when we come back to clear customs. So this is from Norway to Sweden. That's where the customs is there. So we'll call in there on the way back. But unfortunately it's night time. My load isn't going to be ready till 10 o'clock tonight. So I've left it, it's just coming up to 6 now, so it's going to be dark, so I'm not really going to be able to show you much, I'm afraid, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go, welcome to Norway. Now up here, now I'm empty, obviously I've done all my deliveries, I'm empty. Now up here, there is a bit where you go right, like the Norwegian customs, you go right if you've got anything to declare. Now I've got nothing to declare, so I'm thinking keep left. I've not come up empty before, so I've got nothing to declare, so I'm keeping left. If somebody jumps out and says, "Oh, you're going the wrong way," well, I'll just have to apologise. The good thing about coming here is the Swedish and the Norwegian speak English, because they're really good, because I don't speak either. So we'll just watch. If somebody runs out in front of us, we'll just have to stop, that's all, and apologise and go round the other way. But as I'm empty, I've got absolutely nothing to declare, so I don't need to go that way in my mind, but somebody might say something different. See, now here's the exit for the customs. Now if I was loaded, I would obviously go that way, clear my customs and come out the see where the other lorries are, but I don't need to do that. I haven't got anything to do, no paperwork, no nothing, so we'll just keep going, and there's nobody here to tell me off, so we'll carry on. So I do have a Facebook friend who also watches my videos sometimes, that lives not far from here. So hi Tom, next time I'll call in and you can make the coffee. So because it's dark, obviously, there wasn't much to show, so we're coming up to Oslo now, which is where I'm loading. But I just wanted to mention, for those that don't know, The reason we have to do customs in Norway is because officially Norway is not part of the EU. So obviously then we have to do paperwork the same as we do for United Kingdom or Swiss or Andorra or Gibraltar. They're all slightly different customs things, and we've always had to do them. Now, Norway has what's called a special relationship with the EU. So they do have this trade arrangement, all very technical, all very political, but they don't get involved with making the rules and regulations in the EU and the laws and that sort of thing. So they have a trade arrangement, but they're not actually part of the EU, and they have had 2 referendums that says that they don't want to be part of the EU, and they want to keep sovereignty over what they have, which to me is totally understandable, but that's an argument for another day. But anyway, we're coming up towards Oslo, so I'm going to have to concentrate because it's a bit busy. So I will put a bit of music on. I may annoy people, but I can only apologise, but I need to concentrate. Now this is one of the things, right, I've stopped back here because I'm driving right-hand drive in Europe, which obviously normally you would drive on the left, and it means that I can see a little bit better, so my mirrors are in the right place and I can see my mirrors and I can see what's coming from the left, even though I'm sat on the right. It's exactly the same, if not harder, to drive a left-hand drive in the UK or Ireland, and the reason being is that our road system is laid out differently, and it's much more difficult to drive a left-hand drive, I find, a left-hand drive in the United Kingdom or Ireland than it is to drive a right-hand drive in Europe, because their roads are just laid out wider than ours are. And I don't have a problem with driving either. I prefer right-hand drive only because I'm used to it and I've been doing it for years. But I have driven left-hand drive, and if I had to drive one, I'm sure it would all come back to me. But that's the thing, is that you just sit a little bit back from the junction, and then you can see down them a little bit easier. So when you see a left-hand drive lorry in the UK or Ireland, just give them a bit of room, because they're struggling to see, because our roads are so small, and the way our roads are set out is different to Europe. Anyway, back to it. I've come off here. I looked on. I don't know where I'm going. Let's start it there. Never been here before, but it's on this industrial area here. It should be over the back on the left here, so it's going to be one of these turnings down here. I looked on Google Maps and there was another entrance. I could have come further off, but I didn't want to go past the turning that I need, so I came off the one before, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of running parallel with the main road, and I think the other entrance a little bit further past where we're going. I'm this one. I'm going left here, but I think further down there, so I could have turned right if I wanted, but anyway, we're going this way now. So this is the one. I know it's very cold here, you can still see the frost. This is a dead end. Yeah, it says it's a dead end. It's down a dead end, and there should be a truck wash down here, so that says dead end, so this makes sense to me. It's like right at the very end of it. It's a warehouse I'm going to, but it's got a truck wash and a bunker station, fuel bunker station outside. So we'll just, there's plenty of places to reverse back and turn around if it's the wrong one. Look, so all looks about right anyway. It looks like it did on Google Maps anyway, let me put it that way. So that's a fuel bunker station on the left, and this is the truck wash on the right. So we've got to go, I think, down the side of here. And it's the building that's at the back here. That's where I'm going to, according to Google Maps. I wonder how they keep that. They must use hot water maybe, or the pipes are warm, because it's so cold here. It's unbelievable. I mean, you can see on the floor how the water on the floor is frozen again. So they must have hot water or heated pipes or something to stop it all freezing. Don't know. I did just stop and speak to somebody, and he said find somewhere to park. Go forward here, he said if you can't find anywhere to park along the wall there and walk across. Can we get in here somewhere? I'll go around, and he said park against this wall if you can't find anywhere to park. Here's one. Oh, look at that, just one space left for me. That's what we like to see. I'll just see, look, they left that all for me, just for me. That says this reserved on it somewhere, I'm sure. No, so we'll go in here and we'll figure out what we've got to do. Oh, Ukraine. Lorries from Ukraine. I suppose they've still got to eat even though they're at war. And more the fact that they've got to eat, I guess. But there's a lot of people here. Let's go in and find somebody.
Next day.
Good morning. Yes, it's the next day. Our stuff wasn't ready yesterday. It wasn't here. And now we're on a bay. And this is my fridge, and this is how cold it is. This fridge has been off for nearly 2 days, and yet the ice hasn't melted. It's still there because I brought frozen up, and it's still icy inside. Now this is my fish coming off here.
Drive out 12 pallets from Ram 16 at the same time as I'm loading.
Okay, no problem.
Just so you know.
No problem. He's a nice guy. I was talking to him yesterday. He makes horrendous coffee though. It's like you could put wallpaper up with it. I'm not a big coffee fan, as everybody knows, but yeah, his coffee, honestly, the wallpaper would stay there forever. Now the blue dot is me in Oslo, and this fish has come from Bergan, and it's come over these mountains. When the lorry came in, I said to the driver, "Have you got my fish?" And he said, "I have." He said, "Have you got a sledgehammer?" This was the back of his trailer. Yep, it was a bit chilly. So he reversed it onto the bay, and he got a massive sledgehammer and had to break it all up, because this is fresh fish, so it's not frozen. So it's put on, and obviously the water's come out the back, and as he's come over the mountains, which was horrendous weather apparently, which is why he was late, it's all frozen at the back, and yeah, it was very, very cold. Now the trailer takes what we call UK pallets, 26, but I'm loading what we call your Euro pallets, and it takes 33. In Europe, they call these smaller pallets standard pallets, and they call our normal pallets, what we call normal pallets, they call them American pallets. No idea why they're American, but it must be what they use in America. I don't know. But this shows you a bit of a plan of different configurations if you haven't got a full load. Coming out of Oslo was a nightmare. It was like trying to get out of London, if anybody's ever done that. But I guess it's a major city and it's all just going to be horrendous. I didn't film it because, it was just lots of standing traffic. They did all the paperwork there. I have to call into that place on the way down, like I said. So it's going to be a little while. So I'll bring you back a bit later on. Bit more chilled now. I've got myself a bit wound up coming through Oslo. It was very, very busy. So, welcome back to Sweden. We're coming off here and we're going into the toll. We're going toll it's called. This is the customs that I showed you coming the other way earlier on in the video. So we're going here. We do like a body with a high vis on. Let's just stop it. There's a queue behind me. Let's just, okay, I'm stopping. Okay, must be official. Got a high vis on and a wandy thing. So we'll just wait till they decide to park us up. There's one going down the bottom, look, let's go there. Never mind, we'll wait. Oh, there's two going here. Alright, we'll go in there then. Thank you very much. There's a queue behind me, but we'll go in here. Where are you going? Goodness sake. It's alright, just don't you worry. I'll just avoid you. Yeah. Never mind. Never mind. It's been a stressful day. Never mind. We won't run into them. I do not want to dent my new lorry. It's the next day. I forgot to record the clearing customs inside, but it's pretty easy. When you go in, you take a ticket for your turn like you would do at the butcher's counters in the supermarket, and you just go to the table. There's a form there you fill in. It's in Swedish, English, Norwegian and lots of other languages. You fill in your MRN and all the details that you've been given to clear customs. Then hand that and your CMR to the customs person, and they fill it all in and give you your T1. Sorry, I'll try and remember next time to record it. So I had my time off because of the hold-ups coming out of Oslo. We didn't get to ferry yesterday because I'm catching the ferry from Gothenburg, which is here. So what we've got to do is go into this funny shaped place down here. I've never come out of Gothenburg before, so you'll be learning the same as me, but I know I have to come down here, and there's a funny shaped building just here. You can see it? Can you see it? I can see it on the right here. So I'll go in here and then I'll tell you what I've got to do afterwards, because to be honest, I don't know. Now it is Saturday, so it's very quiet. So I am hoping that these people in here know what I'm doing, because there's no other lorries to follow. So yeah, this is the place I was told to go to anyway, so I have no idea. We'll go and see what happens, shall we? Now, this is what they gave me. Lots of bits of paper. The security guard is the person on the weekend that books you on. Really, really helpful. So I'm following this route around the dock. All these bits of paper tell me what I'm doing and what I need to do to get round it. We are early, so we're going to have to go round. He said you can park outside. Really, really helpful person. I cannot stress that enough, because they were so helpful when I'd not done it before. He said you follow the plan, but you need to wait for passport control later on before you get on the ferry. They don't come in until I think he said something like 3 o'clock this afternoon, 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we are very early, but it's because I had time and I didn't know what I was doing. I said, when we get round here, this will all make sense. He said, you need to scan this barcode to actually get through the gate after passport control. And this is my actual ticket to get on the ferry. Now, I've put, I haven't got there yet, but I have put all the information that they gave me before I'm talking now. So that's how I know where I'm going now, is because I'm following the plan that they gave me. When you come into the port, you have to follow a sign that says port entry. And all the tickets, apparently, for any boat that you get from here, no matter where it's going from, you have to go to that sign that says port entry, which takes you to that funny little building thing. He said during the week, the booking offices are open, but on the weekend you have to go to the security. It's literally the same little room, but then there's just security. They leave all the documents with security. But like I said, the only reason I know where I'm going now is because I'm following the plan that they gave me. If you look on Google Maps, Gothenburg port is huge, humongous. And there's loads of transport companies, and there's loads of little offshoots in this road. And what he said to me, he said, don't go off route, just stick to the map and it will take you straight there. He said, now according to the map it should be down here, because he said port 6. So that's what I'm looking for, just here. Yeah, sign on that post, look, port 6. But what he said was, well, apart from there's nothing here, and it doesn't look the right place, which I actually do agree with him, it doesn't look the right place. But he said just go in there, follow that around and park. He said the border force people, like passport control, will come later, but they will not come till later on this evening, because you are early, which I know, like I said before. But he said there is no like little office or anything. They will come in a van and they will check your passport here, and then I use that little card to scan to get through the gate. So we'll just find somewhere to park, I guess. Yeah. Now, that over there with the grey thing, that looks like a gate. When I came through, I didn't move the camera. That looks like a gate. This lorry's parked here, so what I'm going to do is park here, so I can see the gate and I can see anybody else coming in. Like I said, they said there's nothing here till later, so we'll wait and see. Well, the security man was absolutely correct. The border force type people came in a little van. There was still only me there. There's only me going through, looks like it. Scanned my passport and I used that barcode to get through the big gates. I'm just following the other map to get through the port.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The boat that I'm catching is actually a freighter, and it does mostly unaccompanied trailers, as you can see here. So it's going to be very basic, as all freighters are, sort of Warren Point to Heysham, and all the other freighters that we go on. The Immingham one is we're going into Immingham now, but you can come from Europort to Immingham and that. But yeah, they're basic freighters. There's nothing special about them at all. And there it is in front of me. So it doesn't look like there's anybody else here, to be honest. Just following my map. So I'm just gonna park here and see what happens. There you go, stop here. There's one of Amigos up there. That's an Irish company. So maybe they're getting on the boat as well. Doesn't seem to be anybody else. So I'm just going to wait here and see what happens. They know I'm here because obviously passport control and all that carry on. So they know I'm here, so we'll just wait. Which way did they come in then to come that way? Did I come in the wrong way or did they come in the wrong way? I don't know. That's probably me. Probably me got it wrong. I was following the map, I thought, but I don't know why they came that way and I've come the other way. I didn't have to wait long. The guy in the little van in front, he came round, but there was another van that came to the Amigo lorry. I don't know what that was about. And he just said, just follow him along. So I'm going to follow him. Don't know what the other van was for. I think it was border control. The same people that came out to me to scan my passport. I don't know. Anyway, we'll follow this along. at the moment there's only 2 lorries. There's only me and that one getting on here. All the rest are accompanied. So I'll watch how they get on and we'll go from there. But like I said, it's just a freighter, nothing technical about it at all. And this is the cabin. Small but perfectly formed. Got a TV. It's good. Single occupancy. And we have a toilet, light, and shower. DFDS curtain. Well done. I'll go in and take a picture to show you the rest. It's really just functional, that's all. There's just a little lounge. There's only me and the other driver on here, so we don't need all this space. Another TV there. It's a 24-hour crossing. You can have as much tea and coffee as you want. And basically they bring the food out. You eat exactly what the crew eats. So on that note, I will bring you back when I'm on the other side. So it was night time when we got off that boat. It was midnight, so I just thought I'd put a little map on. We went from Gothenburg into Immingham in England. I drove from Immingham over through England and Wales to Holyhead, and I caught the ferry from Holyhead into Dublin, cleared customs in Dublin, come down through Cork, and I'm at a place called Bantry on the west coast of Ireland. Dawn is just breaking on a very dark and ominous Irish Sea. We're just leaving Holyhead in Wales to head for Dublin port. I'm going to get a couple of hours sleep. It's not a very long crossing, just about 3 3/4 hours, so we should be there soon. So a home hand up, I forgot to switch the camera on. Got off the ferry in Dublin and had to go around and clear customs. So I had my time off there, and by then it's like late at night, so you couldn't see anything anyway. So I've come down through the night, and I got here about 4 o'clock this morning. There was nothing to see. I should have recorded the bit coming through the port, I know, but I forgot that. But coming down here, because it was dark, there was nothing to see. There's very few street lights once you get out of Dublin and off the main roads. But I'm not sure what it means, but my friend says it's called a teddy bear's foot. We are down past Bantry. It obviously means something to Irish people, doesn't mean anything to me. But we're down past Bantry, and I will show you the view here. Absolutely stunning place. I mean, it's still only 7 o'clock in the morning, but look at that. That's Bantry Bay. Stunning. I'll put a little map on to show you exactly where I am, but you can't beat a better view than that, can you? Well, apart from the Hannon lorry being in the way, but you can't. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. I must admit, this area is very much like Cornwall, where my son lives. But like Cornwall, the best time for me to visit is in the winter, because this is part of the West Coast something, West Coast, I can't remember what it's called anyway, but I know it gets really, really busy in the summer, and I don't do people very well. So, but yeah, absolutely stunning place. So I'll leave you some views of this part of the world. Absolutely lovely place. I'd like to thank you all for coming along, and I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a bit different from coming from Oslo down to here, I must admit. A little bit warmer down here, absolutely. Never thought I'd say that, but Ireland was a little bit warmer than where I was yesterday. I'm going up to Cork to load for the north again. This job is busy, but I really, really like it. I love being busy. And I will catch up with you next time. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for all the thumbs up and the comments. If you haven't subscribed, if you could subscribe, that would be really good. And I will catch up with you next time. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the views.